Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking on this 10-foot section of ash. I already took out the first 10-foot section in a previous video, turned it into some dimensional lumber, since I knew some of the outer stuff wouldn't be as nice. But this section is a bit further away from some of that water damage that was present in the bottom of the tree. So I'm hoping that we're going to be able to get some really nice slabs out of this. Starting at what would be the base, we've got about an 18 to 19 inch diameter, depending on exactly where you're measuring. It changes just a little bit along the way. Mostly pretty standard cylinder kind of shape here, not any sort of limbs or anything until you get up here. And you've got one right here, and you've got another one down there, as well as another knot over here. So we'll definitely have some kind of interesting grain patterns in there. And then down here, another section coming off, as well as a knot here where there was a limb before that had healed over. I have noticed as well with the Anchorseal, it seems to work pretty well. You saw the other end looked pretty good, but on this end, there's a little bit more cracking that has taken place. I did notice on the last one I did, I had to shave down just a little bit in order to get the whole thing to fit on the mill, since you have to park exactly in the right spot if you cut these to the full length that you're capable of. But this side gets morning sun, and so the sun comes in here, hits it until probably 2 in the afternoon, and then it's shade the rest of the day. But the other side of it back over here has all these trees above, gets shade pretty much the entire day, and it's not got any cracks at all. So I think in the future I'm going to go ahead and, even though I'm putting this seal on there, instead of needing to necessarily reapply it, I'll just maybe turn these so they don't really get any sort of direct sunlight exposure, at least for most of the day, and that should help keep any of this cracking from taking place. But again, I'll probably be taking off the very end, so I don't think it's going to matter too much. I am interested to see what we get here at the end because of the kind of splitting of the tree itself. You see the bark inclusion here, kind of a main trunk piece here as well as one here coming off that split later into different sections. It's actually what this is over here. So this main big chunk coming up this way, and there was this coming off to the side. So we'll see how that looks on the inside, but it'll be interesting for sure. But first I'm going to go ahead and even out these sections here, take these larger pieces off. That way we can use the winch and get this rolled up onto the ramps and onto the mill. All right, well, we finally got it up here and actually got it about where I want to, so we can see hopefully some cool grain behavior where we get this cut. We'll of course have to put some end sealer on that so that that won't cause any splitting. It's already looking like it's going to want to crack real soon on us. It's also a good opportunity to test out the toe board that I ordered with this as well. So essentially it's just a scissors jack that goes underneath here. When I had this first loaded up, I could tell that this side over here was a bit high up, so I wasn't going to get quite the cut that I wanted out of it. So I cropped up the side over here and got it to where the middle of that knot should be about what the middle of the log is over here. So we should get a real nice looking piece of wood out of this. But let's go ahead and get this cut up. Well, I was pretty sure this was going to happen. You can see my cut ends about right here, but the log obviously is a bit longer. So I'll take it in just a little bit from there, make sure that I can clear the cut every time. Even though I did get pretty close, there was a little bit of distance here, and I was trying way too hard to maximize the length of log I could get through this and the amount of lumber I'd get out of it. I think I went for a full 10 foot 4 inches. I was like, oh, just an extra inch, but obviously that's pretty well a pipe dream to be able to get an exact amount. Going forward, I'll probably just go for 9.5 foot at most, unless it's a lot smaller and easier to maneuver. This isn't something I can move too easily myself, and only having the winch to move things around doesn't leave a lot of room for getting things so precise. So go ahead and get that cut off, and then keep cutting into this. Oh, very cool. Check that out. Just starting to get into a little bit of this grain here. Very cool looking board. And there is a little bit of damage here along the edge, but the other side doesn't seem to have nearly as much, and it actually gives some pretty cool coloration here to the whole board. But yeah, very cool to see what's in here. A lot of fun little spots in here. Really cool designs. Getting into some nice stuff. Oh wow, check this out. Lots of really cool features. Some accent lines in here. Not an expert on what everything in here was, but I know it's good looking when I see it, so check that out. Alright, well it's getting late, so that'll probably be the last cut for the night. But it is gorgeous looking in the inside here. I'm going to swap to another blade in the morning to finish out. I'm getting held up a little bit by that. It's such a thick piece, I think it's wore the blade down. Even though it was a blade I just started using yesterday, it's already wore down quite a bit from this log. So we'll swap that out, see if I get a little bit better performance that way. Sharpen that up later. But just gorgeous grains. Look at how this is. It's really hoping to see what would happen from the limb out here that was cut, and there's certainly some cool stuff in here. Check that out. It's gonna make someone very happy. Haven't decided if it's me yet or not, but we'll see what we ended up using this for, or who we ended up giving it out to. Go ahead and get this one pulled off and take a look at the other side. It really is too bad that so many ash trees are dying from these ash borers, because this is just absolutely gorgeous material. And here we have the other side of that slab I just removed. Really beautiful wood here. So what I just tried to do was take this and get it lower so I could make my next slab. But if I get it lower and then try and clamp it together, since it's curved at the bottom, that would make it too far over, and I could no longer get the saw head over that spot. So I'm gonna go ahead and have to take this off, and then we'll put it back on with this flat side facing down, and we should be able to get the rest of our cuts. All right, and that is our last slab. Still really cool stuff going on in the inside here. Especially near where this goes out. This is probably about the coolest cut I've got of it so far. Right there. Very cool. Alright, well there they are. Got them all stacked up here with the stickers between. And went ahead and repainted the different ends that I had to cut in order to get these to fit. So hopefully we'll see these dry well. Hopefully we'll get to use them for some desks or tables or who knows what project quite yet. But very cool to see these finally get done and out here ready to dry. Well, that's a wrap for this project. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure and check out this one next. And of course, go ahead and subscribe for any future updates or more projects like this that I've got coming down the line. Thanks for watching.